All right, hi, welcome back to Rolling with Riggs. So today we are going to do some guard passes. We're going to do two passes today. We'll do a back step and a knee slice. I got Tyler with me. He's going to be my uke again, and let's get to it. If you go ahead, lay down for me. Awesome. So we're going to be here in closed guard. Of course, Tyler has his legs around me. Yeah, he might even have my sleeve grips. That's fine. I'm going to put my hands, I like to keep my hands on the hips. I know some people like to have them up high, like grabbing grabbing the collar, one hand in the middle, one hand on the hip. Some people like to have their hands in the ribs. I don't like that as much because as you can see, my arms are already extended out when he can still move pretty well compared to back here on the hips where my hands are a little bit farther behind. They're closer to my hips, so I'm not in as much risk of him pulling one and getting me off balance. And not only that, I'm still sitting back on my feet instead of leaning forward and starting to break down my posture. So that's why I like to be here. Now from here, we don't want to let our elbows flare out. We won't be strong, just like doing push-ups. Your elbows flare out when you're doing push-ups. They're not very good. We want to bring our elbows in. Now, that's not to say that I'm bringing my elbows in and like grinding down on his thighs. No, I bring my elbows in just so I have good posture and I have a good post between me and him. Now, a lot of people, whenever they go to break the guard, they come up, they'll do kind of like, like a salmon jumping upstream. They come up like this. Whenever we come forward like that, go ahead, pull me forward. We fall forward. We're losing our base. So if we come forward like that, we're not really doing the pass correctly. We're not really doing the guard break. What we need to do, I use my hips to lead instead of my head. I know we usually use our head to lead, but we're going to use our hips to lead the way on this. So instead of coming up this way, I'm going to use my hips to lead the way here. Okay? So from a sideways view, I would be here. I have my hands in the hips. I have good posture. I'm not going to come up like this because then Tyler can pull me forward. I'm going to come straight up, leading with my hips. Okay? Now the fun part. After I come up, I'm going to take one knee and put it in between, in the middle. Everybody likes to make the joke, split the cheeks. We're not actually shoving the knee under. Think more of like a wall, and we're just trying to keep him from coming forward towards us. So our hands are pushing the hips down, keeping them from coming up. We come up, in the kids' class we say, shoot up like a rocket ship. Then from here, I bring one knee to the middle. My other knee will flare out at 90 degrees. And then I'm going to sit straight down and back. Boom. Opening the guard. So once again, I'm here. I have my hands pushing the hips down. I have my elbows in. I have great posture. I come up. Boom. Keeping his hips away from me, because if I don't keep my post on his hips, he can start to make his hips mobile. Boom. I want to keep his hips down. From here, I bring one knee into the middle. The other knee goes out at 90 degrees. From here, all I need to do is sit back while I push him down. Boom. I'm here. I'm pushing down. I come up. My knee comes to the middle. See, I'm not shoving it underneath. It just stays like a retaining wall. My other knee comes out at 90 degrees. And then I sit back and down. Okay? Go ahead, turn. Now is the fun part. Now is actually passing the guard, because we have to open the closed guard before we can pass it. From here, boom, guard's open. Now I like to get to my combat ready stance, where I bring that same knee that was just put in the middle. I like to come up on my foot, bringing that frame up. I like to keep my arm in the middle on the inside of my leg. That way they can't push my frame away. But do be aware there is a straight arm lock there. okay? From here, this keeps it hard for them to retain their closed guard. Go ahead, try to lock your legs back up, right? From here, we're going to start to pass, though. I'm going to start to go forward, and I'm going to bring my knee down to the mat, forcing Tyler to his side. Boom. From here, I stapled his leg with my knee in front and my foot behind. Now, my hands are going to slide from the hips up into the armpits, okay? I know a lot of people like to get underhooks and try to hug the person in. That's not really what we're doing here. Think more of a counterweight like a seesaw. My head, chest, and shoulder will go down as my leg comes up. So I get my underhooks, I get my hands under their arms, my chest and head go down as my inside leg comes up. Boom, boom. Now, whenever my leg comes up, I need to bring it up high to make sure that I clear their legs and their hooks before I go to turn over. So I'm here, I drop down, my leg comes up. Now, we're Americans, think McDonald's arch. My heel is going to make an arch. Boom, and plant. Whenever we plant, we want our leg, our knee to be facing the ceiling and our foot to be flat on the mat. That way we have power. From here, I'm going to use my shoulder and my leg to bridge up, making space for my bottom hip. Boom. From here, all I need to do is drag my bottom leg back out for side control. So once again, we have our guard break. We bring our knee in the middle. Other knee goes out at 90 degrees. We sit back and down, opening the guard. After that, we stand to our combat ready stance. Now, we don't stand all the way up. We just bring up our front knee. Boom. This time my elbow is on the outside. I'm going to adjust and bring it inside. Now I'm going to take my front leg. I'm going to go forward, putting my knee on the mat, stapling their thigh down, knee in front, foot behind. From here, my hands slide from the hips to my underhooks as my head and chest go down and my leg comes up. From here, I do my back step, arch, think McDonald's arch. Boom, getting my foot to the mat. From here, I'm going to use my foot that's on the mat, my post, to bring my hips up as I kick my leg out for side control. And then with my double unders, I can always lock under or come over top to get my gable grip and establish my control. So we're here. I have the hips controlled. I'm going to come up once again. Boom, knee in the middle, open up, sit back, combat ready stance. And now I'm ready for my knee slice. This time though, I try to go and put my knee down for my back step pass, and they're not letting me. They switch their hips to the other side. That's cool. From here, I'm going to take my inside leg. Instead of going to the same side, I will go across. I will still pin the leg down with a staple just like I did before. It's just now we're going on the opposite side. So my knee is still going to come through and it's going to staple down. Now you can see Tyler's leg is extended out because it's still braced against my outside leg. I can either keep this here and keep extending Tyler's leg out, or I can step up over the leg and be halfway out of the guard. Boom. From here. This is where it's going to get really fun because now I need to get my underhooks for control. Tyler wants to get on his side to get out of here, and I want to prevent that. So one of the ways we can do that, and it's always taught, is to get our far side underhook. So you might see, a little bit of a fight where they go for an underhook, and then Tyler gets one, and then I go for one, and, back and forth. But once we get that underhook, we want to shoot it up high, get chest to chest, put our head on their shoulder, and drive it to the mat. So once we get our underhook, our head and chest go down, driving this shoulder to the mat. So we're here, I get my underhook, head and chest go down, driving Tyler to the mat. Okay? With my other hand, I have multiple options. I can either underhook, overhook, or get my hands together behind. Okay? But I need to do something to control this arm so that he doesn't push my knee back through. I like my underhook here and then getting my gable grip. From here, I use my outside leg as a post as I drag my knee through like I'm sliding into home, like I'm playing baseball. So my foot's kind of trapped right now. I'm going to slide through, bringing my knee up under his shoulder. Boom. I'm in a Keisugatami position right now. Some people might like to stay here, cook your opponent for a little bit, make them tired. If you want to go back to side control, all we're going to do, we're going to keep our post, just like we did for the back step. We're going to push in, bringing our hip off of the mat, and then we kick our leg straight back, tracing the outside of their body with it. So my knee is going to go down by his ribs all the way to the hips. For control. So from the side, here, I come up, knee in the middle, other knee goes out. Push as I sit back, come up to my combat ready stance. Now I tried to go this way, but Tyler's not letting me. He switches to the side. That's fine. I'm going to go for my knee slice. So I'm going to take my inside leg and I'm going to place it down. I'm going to staple his thigh down with my shin, with my knee right next to his ribs, my foot still behind. Notice how this leg is kind of trapped here. We're going to use that to our advantage. I'm not just going to leave this leg behind. I can actually walk it forward to make it tight on Tyler. How does that feel?
Yeah, stretched out.
Good. Once it's nice and stretched out, I can go for my underhook. I can get my head down, all that stuff, and then step over. Or I can step over and then get all of my upper body connections. I get my underhook. I get my head down. I'm chest to chest. And now this time, I'm going to go over the arm. This time, I'm going to get what I call a shotgun grip. I'm going to grab behind his tricep and pull his arm into me. Boom. Puts Tyler on his back. My head stays flat. Now I baseball slide through to Keisugatami. I can stay here, cook him a little bit, or I can work my way back to side control. I use this post, push in, creating space for my hips so I can kick my leg back. Once again, getting my gable grip, getting chest to chest, and securing side control. Thank you for watching our video today. I appreciate all the support. We are going to continue doing this more often. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe below. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if you have any requests for videos that you might like to see. Other than that, have a wonderful week and take care of yourself.